Hello, everybody. Good morning. Pre-market update. Happy Wednesday. Pre-market alert. Pump is in progress. AMD saved the market. You can see AMD is up 7.4% pre-market, and you can see after earnings, massive pump up 7.4%. All the indices, Nasdaq came from buy zone to the sell zone. Massive pump from buy zone here. Around 3% pump already. 3x ETF will make you 9%. SOXL up pre-market 12%, FNGU up 4%, QLD 2x ETF up 4%, S&P 500 from buy zone to the sell zone, you can see up 2%. Massive pumps, and we predicted this. We nailed this. You can see S&P 500 from sell zone to the buy zone, clearly nailed it yesterday, and then buying from buy zone. You can see here and now going towards sell zone. Nice profits, 2%. 3x ETF will give you 3% on even S&P 500. There's also a 4x ETF on S&P 500, SPYU, those who don't know. So it's almost 4 times. So you can see already up 4%. You can see up all these 3x leverage ETFs. I've been telling my subscribers to buy. Yesterday, one of the subscribers said, should I sell SOXL? I said, no, you should be buying here. You should be buying here more. So I'm hoping he bought more here, and now it's already up 12%, guys. Amazing trades. If you want to know about more about these zones, you need to subscribe, join my channel. All right, so congratulations to all who massively won. And let's start with Bitcoin for now because I'm gonna start using Bitcoin as a early first up trade. You can see Bitcoin is in front of massive resistance. You can see resistance is it's not able to break it. So if Bitcoin rejects here, it's going to be very bad for the bulls. Okay, and let's see what PPO is doing. Green line is still touching red line, so there's still this last chance today. Probably if Bitcoin can bounce with all the market bouncing, it could probably avoid this crossover. But if that does not happen, then that's not a good news for the bulls, because whenever that crossover happens, green line goes below red line, we see a massive dump. You can see here after that massive dump here when this crossover happened. You can see here this crossover happened about here this time, and we went all the way down to 24% as well. One other thing to note, BTC futures, there is a gap here. Let's go and check in 1 hour's time frame. Let's see if this gap is filled. It did fill. You can see it did fill, touch exactly at 4 p.m. yesterday, so we can delete this gap. So that's good news. Now there's also this massive gap here, so just be careful. There is this massive gap. So if we get a dump to fill this gap, that's going to be an area you want to be maybe looking for support. And also there's 200 EM and SMA coming also to the upside. So I think 57K range is quite possible. But really the bigger support is, I think, in my opinion, here. Like if I go to weekly chart, sometimes you have to look in from weekly perspective. I think this is where a nice support is. You can see multiple weeks here. So somewhere here around 40K is, I think, the best support would be for Bitcoin to settle down. But I don't want to scare you guys. One thing at a time. Let's focus on this gap and let's see if it's going to be filled. And keep an eye on this crossover. If this crossover happens, I think there's more chances that it's going to go and fill those gaps. Ethereum, same thing here. Let's go and zoom PPO and see what's going on. You can see still green line is below red line. Crossover did not happen, so let's see what goes on. It's already in a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. You can see this high is below this high is below this high. So let's see if it can break that trend. But I think Bitcoin is a key. If Bitcoin pumps, that's going to help Ethereum to pump. All right, so that's it for crypto. Let's move to SPX, and you can see this is cycle analysis. We are very close to the bottom window. Did we already bottom or not? We will see. Yesterday I was saying there are two possible scenarios. We get a rejection, make a new low, or double bottom and then bounce, and I think that's what exactly we are getting. We got a double bottom. Actually, it's not visible here. If I go to MES chart, you can see here very close to, you can see it came very close yesterday's low, very close to previous low, double bottom. If I go to 1 hour chart, let's show you here. Here you go. All right, this is very close to double bottom. You can see going high, double bottom. This is it, guys. This is it. We already breaking above previous high. So this is it. Bottom is in. Now just relax and enjoy the pump. All right. So we are now going higher. So anyhow, so I think this cycle window is probably found a bottom, and now we're going higher from here. So good news everywhere. Let's do side by side comparison, and I already showed you MES chart on the left side, and right side is daily chart, and we are going towards sell zone. All right. So let's. If you missed it, you missed it. Just wait. The multiple gaps, I think there are a lot of opportunity for this to go higher. First gap, I think today we're going to probably fill this. First gap is here, 554. Second gap is 564 on SPY. Let's look at Nasdaq now. Nasdaq now, again, same story here, going from buy zone to sell zone. Massive pump. Nasdaq was weaker yesterday. You can see if I zoom in, you can see Nasdaq was a bit weaker. If I go to 1 hour chart, you can see double bottom, more less than low, but it was on a higher momentum on PPO. You can see PPO, we made a new low, but PPO was higher. RSI was higher as well. So, and now we are about to break out. Okay, so Nasdaq is leading the way because AMD and chip stocks are pumping, and it's helping Nasdaq to go. So let's go and do side by side comparison again in the sell zone. You want to wait. Okay, if you miss this, you have to wait and see if it goes back to green zone. Only then you buy. There's no point buying here right now. Triple Qs, the gaps are. Let's see, it's a long way to go for triple Qs. First gap is 480, second gap is 495. That's it, guys. When we are in the middle of forming a bottom, sometimes you cannot really nail and buy right at the bottom. I bought here a little bit higher, but I'm still in profit now as of now. So something you got to keep in mind. It's not easy to always predict and catch bottom. I did catch this. I sold at the top and did catch this downtrend around 8% down. So I'm just going to hold it, let it fill these couple of gaps, and let's see what happens after that. All right. Dow Jones. All right, Dow Jones is also going to pump with market. Only tech was dumping. All of the indices were going higher. You can see Dow Jones is also good here. DIA ETF, if I look at here, also going higher, trying to make a high. IWM also flagging. So maybe IWM will want to break out. On a day trading chart, you can see here in the neutral line, in the neutral zone. So if it goes to buy zone, only buy then. All right. So if it goes to neutral zone, you don't need to do anything. I think Russell is just consolidating, maybe making a flag because it's a massive move before it makes the next move, in my opinion. Let's look at China, Hang Seng Index. China is also pumping from buy zone to sell zone, so probably Alibaba and Baidu must be in green. You can see almost 2% up. Chinese stocks, so I think it might have also made a bottom. I think you can see 9 counts buy signal and bouncing now. Let's look at major FANG stocks. Tesla. Tesla is also bouncing from the buy zone, was down 4%, now up 1%. Touched the buy zone multiple times yesterday, now trying to bounce. Um, um, Sorry, here's the Tesla daily chart. Again, broke out, went below trend line, now again above trend line. There's a massive earnings gap, so that will be filled at some point. Apple is also going towards sell zone. Amazon was down a little bit, but now it's going towards this gap fill. Netflix is also was in the sell zone, buy zone, now bouncing. Google already after earnings was down really big, but now going towards trying to fill this earnings gap. Meta's earning is today. We'll see. Can Meta save? It's today, end of day market. Let's see if Meta can go pump from here. Also, some kind of a weird consolidation. Last earning it dumped really bad. Let's see if this earning it can pump really high. We'll see what happens. Microsoft earnings, it's dropping, still recovered most of it, 1.68%. Not that bad, still met earnings. I think cloud revenue was down, so market is freaking out. But anyhow, if they dump Microsoft, then that's a good opportunity to buy for a long-term portfolio. But I think they're going to eventually recover it and fill some of these gaps. So yesterday market tricked everybody. They dumped hard, and now they're pumping pre-market already up more than 2% Nasdaq. Snowflakes will also join the party, bouncing from the buy zone now. NVDA is the one leading the show. You can see came to the buy zone, dumped more than 7%. Today recovered pre-market everything, so it was just a trap, I think. AVGO, same thing, up 6%. Also multiple gaps. Probably it's going to go high, high, very high. Let's look at commodities real quick. Gold is also bouncing finally. It was in the buy zone a couple of days ago. You can see touch the buy zone. Now in the sell zone, no point buying here. The time to buy is missed. You should have bought when it came to the buy zone. And silver was the weakest. Let's see if silver is also bouncing after 9 counts buy signal, also in the sell zone. Copper, all commodities are bouncing. That means dollar could be down. Let's see. Yeah, dollar is down here. Oil is finally up 2%. You can see massive pump. Oh man, this was a trap, and next couple of days just recovering. Natural gas is also dumping from the sell zone. Uh, I think it can fill this gap at 1.95%. Sorry, 1.95. Palladium in the sell zone. Soybeans bouncing finally. Sugar is in the sell zone. You can see commodities are taking a bit, so that's good news. So trying to form a bottom. All these mostly wheat, corn, sugar, soybeans. Corn is also near the lows. Dollar finally dumping. Dollar is dumping. That means all commodities and Bitcoin and gold should pump, and that's what's exactly happening. But it's still in the near support area, right? This green area. So this is where it could find major support here. AMD, nice bounce, almost up 8%. It was up more than 10% at one point. You can see this was dumping and now it's gap up. There's a gap here around 154, so they're going to probably go fill that gap. That's where 200 EMA and SMA is coming. So maybe that's where it could cool down a bit. So from where it is right now, it could go still 3% higher. So that will be almost 11% pump is possible. And then AMD will decide is it going to reject, fill this gap, or is it going to just keep going higher, and it could fill this massive gap from here, 176. So still long ways for AMD to go. Okay, guys, that's it for today. If you have anything explicit you want me to review, put a comment below. Put the stock here, VIX, rejected from this trend line. You can see, so a sell-off here. I'm expecting massive rally right now on SPX, massive rally to new high or equal highs at minimum. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you. Bye.